Okay, I just finished a lap clearing out the trail, so I thought I'd take you on a little stroll through so you can see what it looks like, and we can make some decisions on the composite of the trail itself. So you can see I spray painted it all the way through, so the total length of the trail is about 1/4 of a mile, and it goes through pretty much our entire property, so about 3 acres back to the river. The property line with David is kind of the crest of that hill, and so all this is pretty comfortably ours. And the other end of the trail's over there, you can't quite see it, but as you can see, it comes straight down. And I was thinking 2 footbridges to go over the runoff path. Like this weekend we had a bunch of rain. That was a pretty good stream running through there, and so this one we probably have to build up a little bit, but I measured out a box for a footbridge that I'd want to get. So 2 footbridges to go over the creek on both sides. And so once we get through that, you can see it opens up nicely. And Liz and I just kind of watched this the other day and spray painted some big rocks that are in the way we'd have to move, that have probably been here for a million years. One big tree to navigate. You see a little bit of a mound here. I don't know if some of this is animal stuff or what. One little mound, but this is really the tightest pocket. I'd like to leave that tree if we can, and then obviously that one's pretty big. And that's about 6 feet, 7 feet across. I'll have to chainsaw through this to get through here. You can see that tree's falling apart. We'll probably break through pretty easily. And then once we're up over, it's kind of downhill all the way to the fire road. And so I cleared a lot of this stuff out. I cut down a ton of small trees. Anything that was kind of an inch or less, I just cleared out to give us plenty of space. So pretty wide open. And you can see where I just raked a little bit of leaves to see pretty solid dirt all the way down. And then once we get to the bottom of the hill here, you can see the fire road. The Cahaba's right up over that ridge. And so I think the Cahaba River Society has mandated that we don't do anything past that fire road, which is covered in leaves now, but you can see, kind of see the trajectory of it. So I just had us turning the trail to come up over the creek on the other side. So there's the fire road. And I just had us kind of staying up above it so we don't get in any kind of trouble. River's right over the ridge there. And so once we come through here, this one sits up a little bit more up over the creek. And so I think that footbridge will sit nicely. You can see some of the runoff still from the weekend. But that's got a nice little elevation to it. So I think even if our footbridge was flat, I think we'd clear the water even when it's coming through pretty good. And then once we get to the other side, we just want to do a quick turn. The Harrison's lot starts kind of right up on the top. You can see their fence line there. So I just wanted to keep it. I wanted to kind of hug the water right up here if we could. Ton of rocks right in here. And so even when it's kind of gushing, it doesn't really ever get up above that little gully. So I think we'd be fine to kind of keep this right near the water. And again, this just kind of keeps us pretty comfortably in our property. And so you can't even see the other side. It's way up over that hill. So our property kind of runs kind of 2 hills and then that valley in between. This thing was interesting. When I cleared all this, this thing was directly vertical, pretty deep down in there. And you can see this is elevated. So we'll have to be careful when we excavate. I'm mindful that that big rock was so vertical. I wonder if it's a little headstone or something from who knows when back here. 1 tree to clear still. I think that guy's got to go kind of right in the middle. But then once that does, we're pretty much free and clear all the way up. And you can see we get a good, just kind of pan out to see, you can see that footbridge all the way down there still. So it's pretty good use. I think the lap is pretty much right on our property line on both sides. And then we'll have to see when we get this cleared up here. As you can see, it's a pretty big grade to get up top here. Much more so than on the other side. It's pretty steep. It's like a natural opening for it right here. But once we get to our little pine grove, we may have to do a little staircase right here to kind of get up the rest of the way. Right at a 1/4 mile. Branchwater Trail. It's gonna be great.